A very warm welcome. We're here to cover the Divine Feminine update. And for those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover the twin flame path, astrology, and more. Your esoteric hub online. We are going to cover the energy of the Divine Feminine. And yes, this is particularly an important year for you guys. It has been extremely challenging. And we are going to look at the energy of what is coming up this week for you. And we have pulled cards relating to your ascension process, as well as the joint connection and how I see it flowing through. We are going to get into this because it does look pretty important this week in the mix. Now, your first card is solar plexus, and it's interesting because even when we do look at your overall energy, it can be a time in which you might not be completely confident, you might not know which way you're going. There can be some light codes coming through, and you can feel fatigued. Now, the first piece of advice before we get into the channeled messages will be post-moon is a great time to have, especially post-eclipse. It's a good time to get anchored in, grounded, get your hydration back up. You could go to the blue food groups. Again, really listen to your body and what it's requiring. It could be that you feel foggy, disillusioned, confused. And again, some old energy frequency, especially from that Jupiter angle, can be bringing up some co-creative energy kind of blockages. Now, I would say from a confidence point of view, especially in your mind's eye, relating to your body, your self-esteem, where you are, to do with feeling that you can connect. How you actually remove that blockage can actually be moving from the hips. So it can be anything to the degree of listening to a meditation. It can be getting some citrine for a bit of a detox. It might be having some lemon juice added to your water. And really dancing and moving from the hips. So any of those blockages, it's a little bit like a shaking or a tapping. You can actually help those energies remove and balance out. Now, I do feel if you do have these blockages coming up and you are feeling quite confused, I know that it's quite normal moving post-eclipse. It can also be a circumstance, and this is really going to be quite a psychic month. So a lot of it started kicking off last month. So shadow work, dark energy, confusion, it could be out-of-body experiences and seeing things. As we're moving to the energy this week, what you can be really feeling, especially with all this purple energy, and you look at the overall cards, you know, that we have purple, we do have the Magician as the outcome. I do feel from a spiritual point of view, a lot of you are going to be ascending extremely quickly. So if you do feel tired, rest. If you do have things coming at you, deal with them similar to a Mercury retrograde. Deal with them on the fly. This is a very changeable season that we're moving into. And between now and the end of the year, we're really going to be going inside. We're really going to be in the 3D, moving and shifting things about to prepare for next year. Now, that doesn't mean that nothing is moving, especially for particular zodiac signs. You can find that people are coming back from the past. People are connecting in with you. And this can be one of those pivotal months, especially because this is the first eclipse that we've had that is within the nodal sphere. And what do I mean by that? We did kick off the Pisces Virgo axis of eclipses last year, and none of them at that point were in the nodal cycle. We did last year have the nodes in Aries and Libra, and now we have them in had a brain fog then, Pisces and Virgo. So this is the first set of that Pisces eclipse that is physically in the nodal sphere. So it has been more to do with the past that we're directly been dealing with. And, you know, it's really an odd configuration when you look at it, because Pisces can feel like an ending. It can feel very spiritual in nature, both positive and negative, yin to the yang. And in the past, what's going to happen is wherever we're being self-critical, and we can see the crowning energy coming through from the Divine Feminine, you know, to do with your appearance, to do with your feelings, to do with your spiritual path, to do with is it real, isn't it? Shadow work is very normal in this angle, okay? So both And I referenced this back, I think it was 2017, 18. I believe at a point we had Chiron in Pisces, that both polarities exist. And it is a little bit like the X-Files, Dana Scully and Mulder. So, if you are getting up in your head and you're like, look, I'm becoming extremely 3D, I would be surprised at this point in time. I'd be surprised if fogginess wasn't present, if delusions and perceptions weren't shifting and changing. We do have your past position, okay? So for some of you, it could be some wisdom, some energy, some thought processes you're going back over, like, was it, wasn't it? Am I ascended? Am I moving? And look at where you're standing at this point in time in the heart of it. It can almost feel like, are you seeing things clearly, or is something an illusion? And I think you're directly working through that at this point. I just keep saying, especially in the context, you're receiving light codes. Many of you can be receiving downloads psychically from loved ones, from people that are transcended over, from your guides, almost like an instinct, and it's trying to help you get into alignment. It's giving you some clarity about what the future is. And some of you can really get to a point where the creativity comes up, a technique, a dramatic shift in the way you're going to be actually addressing some circumstances. I'm also feeling a light bulb moment relating to your twin flame path, of how you're feeling you need to proceed forward and what to do. And it does feel as though a confidence level is going to come back up, and a clarity. And I do feel, from a psychic point of view, some of you also can start dreaming of this individual this week in the mix moving forward through the month. So don't be surprised if you're having those circumstances. Now, I do feel the warning of this is not to become complacent, but to remain flexible. And I do feel this is because what you're focusing on, no sooner do you start, you might find it's shifting. And I think we just really need to get through these eclipse energies, but actually deal with things as they do transition through. You may not quite know what to focus on at this point in time. And again, just if you need to, use protective crystals, do meditation prior to and after the eclipses, but not during, and really sit with it. There's the next lunation we're having, which is the eclipse in Virgo, is going to be about actually anchoring your energy and grounding. And for many of you, you already had that energy playing out last month at the 0 degree moon of Virgo. And now we're moving into it. I still feel we're working with this Pisces energy. And, this happiness and some outcomes and some radical shifts, whatever this turn and direction is very bold. I also feel there has been a purpose to subjects relating to family. It can be to do with clearing and healing. And a lot of circumstances that you guys went through maybe many moons ago, it's actually going to come up to play for divine masculine. And so that when you're actually looking and observing it, it's actually going to directly help you from seeing their perspective, because you have walked a mile in their shoes. So for some, this can be really having this clarity this month about, what the purpose of the twin flame path is, and you can be suddenly falling into jobs, careers, knowing or feeling as though, you are going towards a particular direction. And it's also being uniquely you. This astrology is really screaming at us to be uniquely us. Some of us still might be having those 3D circumstances playing that can be very difficult to actually prevent us from doing those things. And that can be anything down to needing to pay the bills so you can't swap a job, or it could be a home situation and, trying to save for a home so that you can transition, whatever those subjects are. I do think some tools and courage are coming for you to directly kind of move that situation forward. The other thing I can say is, with your heart chakra, it's not to say you need to be perfect in order to reach union with self and reunion with counterpart. But I do feel in the heart space, whatever is clearing at the moment, this can be emotional because of the Pisces North Node. And I think to be really gentle with yourself, whatever is coming up, if you're saying to yourself, gee, I can't believe this is still coming up. How many years has it been? This is ridiculous. I think just go really easy on yourself, because It is a lifetime's work. It's a canvas. It's something you're co-creating inside yourself. And each layer you go, you're going to be lighter and lighter. It's not going to be as heavy. For many that are going through that ascension process this year, for some of you, it can feel the heaviest it's ever been in your lifetime. And that shadow work, that commitment that you're pouring into yourself, I can say, always, if you do get to a space where you feel it is too heavy, always reach out to somebody. Have that go-to in your phone so that you can have that support network. But I do feel both parties here are directly having a transformation. This magician energy is where you are coming to divine feminine this month in the mix. So everything you're moving into, you really move through some major cycles, and this is going to be a new beginning. Look at how the manifestor within the card is almost like in this metaphorical hermit mode energy. But what comes after the darkness comes light, and it's literally like they're juggling these frequencies, these chakras, and it's like a clock, it's like a wheel, it's like the world. It's shifting. Something quite radical is shifting for you, and your heart's desires are about to come, but you do need to trust the PDF of what universe is showing you and what to do next. Now, if you haven't followed us, I'd love to have you. We also have some changes happening with our YouTube. Now, on the main platform, linking to the community posts, we are creating blog feeds, and they are going to cover various things down to your twin flame path, when those things are coming out, any webinars and events, etc. As to the public super chats, at the moment they are scheduled. Soon they will be actually done on the back end of any video we have. So when I'm live is when the super chats will be, because we are adding additional content. Now, if you do want to go to the website, the link is directly below. We are upgrading it so that we're adding the webinars, events. We do have the landing page for our new membership and the booking page. So for those of you that are new, we do have a lot of information that has been added to the website to help you actually go through that process. You alternatively can message me, and gone are the days where you directly needed to go see an astrologer, or a tarot reader, a psychic medium, and sit in house. I had a beautiful person call me the other day, and they were seeking a individual to mate one-on-one. I remember back to when I was looking for individuals, and it was like, look, I really want to go and see them. I need it urgently right now. The thing is, we do actually offer emergency bookings for on-the-day spots. We also have a small window, so you can book a standard reading on that day. Separately, being able to be wherever you are in the world and to sit at home and actually go and research who that reader is, what their expertise are, is a huge benefit. And I think it's something that we really do tend to overlook. So don't outrule bookings online. They really can benefit you. Anything down to a video call, a pre-recorded, or a telephone booking, we do cover them. But stay tuned, because we are going to be adding webinars for 2027. I'm working on them currently, and they are going to be moving forward. And the e-learning. As to our membership, all the links are directly below, and you can sign up to it. We have a landing page via the website. And yes, we will be creating twin flame content, e-learning, education, down to various subjects. Anything esoteric, this is what this hub on YouTube, Sage Inner Circle Network, is a side membership, and Yildiz Readings 5D is going to be the location where we have the information, content, resources, etc., as well as on the website. So stay tuned if that feels it's your vibe. Otherwise, we will check in with the masculine, feminine, and karmic energy weekly, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care.